In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to do this intense greyish black smoky eye. It is very edgy and punk looking and it looks good on pictures. As you can tell, I'm cosplaying as Setsuka Heels from the anime Ski Bin. Let's begin. I already have my contact lenses on, so I'll just start with my primer and foundation. Usually for intense smoky eyes, I would recommend doing the eyes first to prevent fallouts. But I think I'll spare you guys the agony of looking at my bare face and do some covering up now. Let's not forget our spike choker to get into the mood. For the eyes, I start with this cream light black eyeshadow pencil from Daiso. I'm just going to roughly create a base that is slightly higher than my natural crease line. If you have mono lids, just draw a semi-oval shape, but make sure the colors can still be seen after you open your eyes. Smudge it out with your fingers. As you can see, I'm smudging in a windshield wiper motion. You don't have to be neat, but try to stay within the eye socket area. Next, I use a flat stiff brush to smoothen out the edges. I'm also going to drag the colors out to make the eyes look longer and sharper. Then continue to drag the colors onto the lower lash line. Dab a bit more of the black eyeshadow to make the colors more intense, and then just blend away. Before we proceed any further, let's clean up the edges with a tissue. This allows us to fine-tune the shape of the shadow. Next, I'll use this silver green shimmer pigment from Pure Luxe, and I'll pat it straight on the center of the lids. Then I'll use whatever remaining product to go over the socket line and then bring it to the lower lash line. Then using a small dome brush and some brown eyeshadow, I'm going to draw straight onto my socket line. This will give my eyes a bit more dimension. I'm also going to bring the colors onto my outer V, which is this area on the outer corners of my eye. Having the brown eyeshadow here helps warm up the overall look. Then I use a soft fluffy brush to blend everything out even more. I'm also going to bring the color straight onto the inner corners of my eye. Using the same brush and the same silver green shimmer, I'm going to go over the brown eyeshadow like this. Now to the intense part, the black shimmer eyeshadow. Use a small dome brush and put the colors on the outer corners of the eyes. Blend the colors out and put it onto the top of the lid like this. And then we're going to bring the colors onto the socket line. Blend the color out well, and also drag the colors out a little bit at the outer corners. Then bring it down to the lower lash line. The colors will be focused on the outer corners, so try to make that part darker than the rest. Next, I line my lower waterline with white eye pencil. Then it's time for liquid eyeliner. For this look, you can be a little more bold with your eyeliner and drag it out strongly at the edges. We're also going to line our lower lash line. I'm going to focus most of the color on the outer corners like this. Finally, it's time for eyelashes. For this look, a pair of dramatic eyelashes is essential. Natural looking lashes will only get overwhelmed by the intense eyeshadows. Line over the bone of the eyelashes after the glue dries. Stick on the lower lashes and the eye is complete. Next, we conceal the colors of my natural eyebrows by going back and forth like this with a concealer. And set everything with powder. To carry off a smoky eye look, the face must look like a blank canvas, so conceal all the imperfections now. Next, I use a stick concealer that's darker than my actual skin tone to conceal my dark circles. Gently pat the edges out. Then use a light liquid concealer to brighten areas of my face that needs a bit more brightening, like my dark eye circles and my laugh lines. Gently pat everything out. Then I use e.l.f.'s eyelid primer in gold to make my eyebrows blonde. Next, I use a gold pigment and an angled brush to go over the eyebrows. I really like this method of doing blonde brows because when the light hits the gold pigment, it reflects light and make it look lighter than it actually is. Then I blot my face to help my makeup last. And then I powder my face with my ZA two-way foundation. Again, for a smoky eye, we need to have flawless skin, so I'm trying my best to conceal and to pat as much foundation as I can. But now I look like a vampire, so I'm gonna lightly brush my cheek with a peach tone blusher to give it a bit more life. Next, I use a flat shadow brush to contour with a neutral dark brown color. I envision Setsuka to have very prominent and sharp features, so I'm going to contour my Asian nose very well. I'm also going to contour the bottom of my nose to make it look higher than it actually is. Of course, you don't have to follow with me here, you can just contour however you like according to your own facial structure. But generally, you put contour powder on areas of your face that you would like it to recede. So for me, I do the side of my face to make my face look shorter and narrower and just slimmer. Make sure you blend the contour powder out very well, otherwise you look like you have a beard on. For me, I don't like how white my cheekbone is, so I'm also going to be contouring the side of my cheekbones like this. I went back and added a bit more black eyeshadow on the inner corners of my lower lash line to give it a more gothic feeling. Next, I use Canmix lip concealer to cover my natural lip color. Then I use a mauvish brown lip liner to line the outer corners of my lip. I think my lips is a little bit small, so I kind of like to make it look bigger by lining it a little bit out of my actual lip area. It's time for the lips. I'm gonna start off with a pink lip color and just going over the entire lips like this. Then I use a dark red color and use it on the inner corners of the lip. Then it's time for highlight. For this look, instead of my usual shimmering highlighter, I'm using a semi-matte white eye color to highlight the high points of the face. When you do smoky eye, it's usually better to keep the rest of the face matte or semi-matte. For an extra punch, I'm going to use this Kiran Matte Magic Liner to line the inner corners of my lower lash line. Okay, finally the last step. I'm going to change the color of my lip with a bit of blue eyeshadow. Dab the colors onto your lips and then pucker your lips to spread as evenly as you can. Now this dark purple looks a lot better. It's time to wear the costume! Setsuka Heels is an interesting character. She's cool, she's punky, she's fashionable. So I really want the makeup to showcase that depth and dimension to her character. So I didn't want to just go for a black, matte, kind of intense smoky eye. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment and tell me what you think. Also remember to like, subscribe and share. Goodbye!